Hello Gemini, welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for viewing. If this resonates for you, I would love for you to subscribe and share if you know anybody else who needs this reading. So Gemini, we are just taking a general look and see what is going on for you at the time that this reading finds you. These are timeless, so take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't for somebody else. Watch your other placements in this series, and let's just begin. All right, Gemini, what is the message for Gemini? Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. We have the Ten of Wands. Are you carrying a heavy load? Are you stressed, Gemini? We have Judgment. We have the Moon. Let's get some more cards. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. The Chariot and the Ten of Swords. So with the Chariot on the bottom of the deck, I feel like your overall energy is you are waiting for things to move. You're waiting for something to move. You're waiting for a green light. You're waiting for answers. You're waiting for the big go for you. You're waiting for that movement. You've been carrying a heavy load, it looks like, Gemini, and I feel like it's really weighing on you. So if this is a general reading in your life, so this can talk about you just carrying a heavy load of maybe you're overworking at work, maybe you are stressed, you're carrying a heavy burden. This cycle that you've been in has been very heavy for you. And it could be that you're carrying burdens that are not yours to carry. Maybe are you taking on someone else's burdens, and maybe are you taking on a bit of people-pleasing energy where you're trying to make others happy, but it's actually putting weight on you. So it's time for you to let this burden go. It's time for you to take one. All right, Gemini. This person is carrying all this on their back. What can you let go of that is weighing you down? What can you let go of that is not necessarily your burden to carry? You have a lot going on, and you're waiting for things to change. You're waiting for forward movement that looks a lot better than where you're at, right? You need to lay down some of these burdens, whether that is taking a break from work, whether that is knowing that maybe you need to understand how to say no. Maybe you need to know that it's okay for you to say no. Whatever it is that you're going through, some of these burdens are not for you, or they're no longer for you, and you are allowed to put them down and put you first. You are allowed to honor your truth and what your body is telling you that it needs. You may need to take a break. You may need to take a few days off if you can. You may need to take a vacation. You may need to say no to doing anything outside of what it is that you know you need to do. You can say no. It's time for you to honor your body, whatever your body is telling you, because you're ready for something different. You're ready for you're ready for movement in a better direction towards success, right? Maybe you've been working too hard. Maybe you've been doing everything instead of delegating some things to others where you can. I know that sometimes you can't. You've been working hard, Gemini, and you are waiting for that green light go. You're waiting for your work to pay off. We have Judgment here. Judgment is you've heard the call. You have heard the call of this work that you're doing. And the work could be on yourself. It doesn't have to be work. It could be on yourself, and it could be with someone else. And I see, though, the need for boundaries here, the need to say no if you can. No to people pleasing, no to somebody else. The call here is Judgment is a card of change. It's a card of change that you want to make. It's not forced on you. It's time. It's time to make that judgment call and let go of some of these burdens that don't serve you. Some of these burdens that are weighing you down and holding you back from that movement that you actually want. And this is divinely guided movement. And this is actually divinely guided judgment call for this change. So where have you been feeling, Gemini, of this burden that you've been carrying on you. Where have you been feeling to let go of? And why are you not letting go? I know that it's hard. Could be people, could be places, could be things. Could be people pleasing. And you want to be, maybe you're looking to somebody else to validate you, Gemini, but you're being called to something higher. You're being called to something lighter that doesn't burden you so much. Let's put down the burdens where we can. Let's say no to who we can, and where we can, let's let go of people pleasing. And we have the moon here. I know there's uncertainty. I know that it feels like you want to tell yourself, but if I don't say no, then maybe they won't. If I say no, then maybe they won't like me. Or if I say no, then something bad will happen in some way. But it's time to change that thinking. It's time to honor what your truth is. What is your heart? What is your body telling you? There's a judgment call here. It's time to change what you've been going through. It's time to lay down these burdens as the 10 of Wands. The 10 becomes a 1, and it's time for that new beginning. The 10 is the end of this cycle. So if this is speaking to you, Gemini, I realize that you have to trust your intuition. You have to trust the divine that is taking you down this path, that is lightening the load for you. It's time. And it's time for you to have that success that you deserve. It's time for you to get promoted. It's time for you to go to a higher level of success, probably higher than you've actually ever reached before. But it's time for you to just sort of pay attention to the burdens that you're carrying. Pay attention to where you can let go of certain things to lighten your load so that you can hear the call better and trust your intuition that is actually leading the way. But you may be so bogged down by this 10 of Wands, by this burden that you're carrying, that you may not be fully hearing your intuition. It's been a tough road. It's been a very heavy road. It's been a challenging road, but it's time for change. All right? You have something new here. You have something new, and it could have to do with work. It could be an offer of love. You have something new here. So it's a matter of just sort of taking inventory of what you've been carrying and what you can let go of, and how to choose yourself and what your body and your heart has been saying, your truth. What is your truth? Because the lighter the load, the more open you are to this new situation that is going to be so much easier for you. Whether this is in love, career, money, whether this is the green light that you've been waiting for to have some movement in a business, or whatever it is, there's abundance here. And there is something that you can trust here. And there's something that is a long-term energy here where you're going to go into. You may start small, but it's going to go into a lot of success for you here. So we have the Queen of Cups. I know that you love to help others. I see that in that 10 of Wands. You have been carrying burdens that are not yours because you love to help others. You love to make sure that all your loved ones are taken care of and that they feel loved. It's now your time. It's your time. So this Queen of Cups, she has a hard time letting go. She has a hard time letting go of, and knowing her boundaries. She has a hard time focusing on herself because she tends to pour out all her cups here. She's got a kettle and a cup. She tends to pour out everything on others and leave herself empty. And I feel like that's where you've been. You're coming up as this Queen of Cups energy here because you've been carrying this load that is too heavy for you to carry. And it's time for you to actually enjoy your life. It's time for you to come into this sense of contentment and happiness and joy and gratitude for just everything settling into place finally. And that's what Spirit wants to give you with this Page of Pentacles. It may start out small, like I was saying, because this is something of a bit of an immature energy. So it may start out a little bit small, but it's taking you to contentment. It's taking you to the 10 of Cups, which can be love, can be fortune after difficulty, which you've definitely had difficulty and you are ready for fortune, right? However this fits for you, Gemini, in love, money, career, just a better, more content life, peace, abundance, feeling content, feeling stable, feeling like you can just relax and enjoy. You've got it here. So where can you take a look at all your burdens? Where can you, lift some of those off of yourself and create this change that you are wanting? You're wanting this change. And it's time for you. And I feel like with the Moon card, your heart has been telling you. Your heart has been telling you, but you might not be listening because you might be in this Queen of Cups energy where she's like, yeah, but I got to take care of everybody else. I got to make sure everybody else is okay. I have to make sure that nobody else has to do anything because I'm going to do it for everybody because I need to make sure they're okay. You don't have to do that anymore. It's time for you to focus on you and create those healthy boundaries for you. You have a lot of destiny cards here, and that tells me this is a very, very important time for you, Gemini. It's very important for you to inventory these things and see where you can lift some of the load off of yourself, because Spirit has something for you that is going to go the distance, that is going to catapult you into success. Like I said, this can be money or love, peace, joy, a better life, a better chapter, next chapter. Whatever it is for you, you take it how it resonates for your situation. I'm feeling like you are just drained and you are ready for change. This is change that comes unexpectedly, but you have to prepare yourself for this change by focusing on yourself, honoring your boundaries, honoring your truth, and making room. You have to let go of some of these burdens that you've been carrying to make room for this new situation that Spirit has for you, this new start, this lighter load, and it's going to take you to success. And it's going to be, a bit of unexpected, but when you are open for this change, because right now when you're in that Queen of Cups, you're taking care of everybody else and you're in this energy, you're not open. The 10 is the full cup. We want to take some of these burdens off you to lighten your load, but also open you up for this new. You cannot make room for the new without removing something from the old that has been draining you, maybe sucking your energy, maybe mistreating you, making you feel sick. Your body can feel this and it will manifest as sickness. You may already be feeling that, but we're at the 10 of Wands, which means we need to close that cycle. We need to make room for the new. And the 10 becomes a 1 and the new. You're ready for the new. Let's see if your angels have any messages for you regarding this. Competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. Maybe you've been noticing there's been conflict with others. That's part of the burden that you're carrying. And if you can just back up and focus on yourself and honoring your truth, some of these conflicts will kind of work themselves out and you'll be finding peace instead of conflicts. Bothersome details, that sounds like I can't do two things at once, Gemini. Let me finish this. Okay. The bothersome details, I feel like, is the weight. You're just bogged down by details that are not for you or no longer for you. It's weighing you down. There's some kind of details here that you can lift off of yourself. That's going to create some ease for you and some peace for you. And it's going to bring peace in your relationships. Wherever you're feeling this heaviness, it's going to bring that peace. You've been waiting for a while. We have the 7 of Pentacles here, the 7 of Earth. That's you waiting for a while. The seeds, you have seeds well planted for this new beginning that you're waiting for. You have a temporary pause in action and unnecessary worry. So unnecessary worry tells me you can definitely lighten your load. Some of these burdens are not for you. And you've been worrying, you've been working on them, you've been worrying about them, but they're not for you to worry about anymore. So give them to Spirit. Take some of this load off yourself. And we have the star. And you know what the star is? The star is wish fulfillment. The star is your prayers being answered. First of all, your prayers are heard and they're answered. Taking off some of these heavy burdens from your shoulders opens you up to having your prayers answered quicker, because they're answered anyway. But you need to make space for these things that you're looking for movement in, okay? This success that you're looking for, you need to make space. So your message here is happy times. Make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You're on the right path. You're on the right path. You also have the High Priestess here at the bottom of the deck. The High Priestess, of course, listening to your intuition. Your intuition, I feel like, has been telling you some of these things that you're doing and carrying are not for you anymore. So let's lighten that load. Let's let this happy times come in. The happy times is your 10 of Cups that came out earlier. It's a confirmation. It's a confirmation of what you want. Listening to your intuition, having patience, and consider carefully before acting. Consider carefully what you need to, what you can, and what you need to let go of in order to bring forth the success that you're looking for in whatever it is that you are looking for. Career, finances, love. Lighten your load. Let some of these things go that you've been carrying, and definitely comment below and let me know if this resonated for you. Okay, Gemini, watch your other placements, and I'll see you in the next reading.